what's up guys? Brandon Wolf here, bringing you a build guide video. Split 3 is here. A lot of items have changed and we need to talk about it. First and foremost, I just want to show this picture. This picture just kind of gives an idea of like how much an item has been nerfed based on just absolutely flat gold efficiency. You see like the stats that were taken away. This doesn't really account for like the passives and the actives and so on and so forth, but you can see mostly all items have been changed. So something cool to look at. All right, so I really just want to look at the build that I used to build last split, just right off the bat. So Ravenous, Triforce, and Hullbreaker, and we have 274 AD. These 3 items don't even get us to 10% vital damage, which is pretty crazy. Triforce only has 36 AD now, a lot weaker. And Hullbreaker has lost a ton of AD, and it's only got 40 with 500 HP. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, just because these items did get nerfed and they lost a lot of AD, does not make this a bad build. This build is still fine if you wanted to build it, and I will say that it might feel a little bit underwhelming, might feel a little bit weaker than before, but like I said in that picture, you know, that we saw before, a lot of items got nerfed, and that's just how it's gonna feel. This build probably takes a notch down, but I still think that this is fine if we're going for like a split pushing type of style. If we're always splitting opposite side of neutral objectives and trying to do something of that sort, don't think it's bad. I still think that it's okay. What I do think is the best build at the moment, I just want to go ahead and get that out of the way. The reason we buy Triforce in the first place is for the sheen and for the on-hit movement speed that Phage gives us. So if we want to find something that's going to give us the 80 that we want and still have, you know, one of these like sheen or on hit, we're just going to take the Phage and not finish any Phage items. So what I think the best builds are going to be is going to be Ravenous, Phage into Selfish item. Now, in my opinion, I really like Bloodthirster for the AD. So now I have 2 items. I got Ravenous, Phage into Bloodthirster, 293 AD, almost 10% on the vitals. Not quite, but it's much better than those 3 items that we had before, and it's a lot cheaper. So we're going to get a little bit of HP here. We're going to get the on-hit movement speed. We're going to get a lot of lifesteal, and we're going to be strong. And I really do enjoy this build, and I think it's probably the best thing that you can go, unless you wanted to do a little bit different and you wanted to go like Spear Shojin instead, which is nice. You'll be a little bit tankier. You'll still have the damage, and you'll be able to get the increased ability damage, which does work on your vitals as well. So this could be a good second item, or if you're really into Mana Immune, I know some people like Mana Immune or Eclipse. Any of these 4 items is like your selfish second item slot that's going to give you the damage that you need, because right after you finish those 2 items, you're going to start looking defensively. Now, defensive items doesn't mean that it needs to be a tank item. It just means that it needs to have some sort of defensive stats to go with it. So this could be Death Stance. This could be Maul. This could be Hullbreaker. This could be Sterix. This could be even, you know, go back to Spear Shojin. This could be Spear Shojin. This could be GA. So that's when we're looking at items that have some sort of defenses. And then I can go back to the Phage and finish out whatever I want. If I feel like the enemy is too fast, maybe I can get an experimental Hexblade. If I'm just split pushing and want something to round out my build, I can finish out the Triforce. But I'm not going to finish either of these items until the end of my build. I just want the on-hit move speed, and I want to be able to go ahead and purchase as much damage as possible. That is absolutely what I think the best build path for Fiora is at the moment. Now, when we get into like a little bit more of experimental stuff, let's never stray away from Ravenous. Ravenous is a 100% item. Keep that in mind. You're going to build Ravenous every single game. There's no reason not to. It does everything that you want to do on Fiora. You got to have the Tiamat for the wave clear, and it just gives you the lifesteal. It has ability haste on it. You can proc vitals with Tiamat. This is just a 100% item. Profane Hydra, you know, not as great. It even has less AD than Ravenous does. Stridebreaker, I mean, honestly, are we really going to get Stridebreaker? You could. I'm going to be honest. I'll throw Stridebreaker out there. If you really wanted to take Stridebreaker, the only reason you would take Stridebreaker is if you were going to go Bork and Stridebreaker and you were playing against a ranged opponent. But I still think Ravenous is better, but I will keep this as an option. If you wanted to go like Bork, Stridebreaker into, you know, whatever you wanted to do, Shojin, Bloodthirster, Death Stance, any of those items. But if you wanted to go Bork and then Stridebreaker, it's going to be against a ranged opponent. I don't want to talk about that too much, but I will say that it is an option, but it's more of like a very, very niche item. Now let's see how I was against like a full AD team comp. I could totally go Mana Immune and then grab something like Death Stance, Iceborne Gauntlet, and then grab Frozen Heart, which will also increase my AD because it does have armor on it as well. So this is like a really cool, if you're playing against full AD enemy team comps. So if you're playing against full AP, you could do something similar where you can just like stack shields. If we're going against full AP, we could totally grab Bloodthirster, Maul, get something that is a tank item as well, like, you know, Force of Nature. In this sense, you can grab like 1 tank item. If you are playing against full 1 damage composition, like full AD, full AP, you can totally go ahead and grab a tank item to round out the build as well. And then I've got 2 more fun experimental builds that we could go. If you wanted to use Overlord's Bloodmail, I think it could be okay because of the bonus AD. So we could take Ravenous for the lifesteal and then just go something like Triforce, Shojin, and Hull Breaker, grab that item. It gives us plus 29. And then we get more HP as we get lower, which is nice. So we're low HP. But these are experimental builds, these last two that I want to talk about. So Overlord's Bloodmail, I think it could be an option. It's got nice HP on it. You're going to end up being super tanky, which is really nice. And then you get the extra AD as well from having the bonus HP. And then here's one that I've been having fun with. And this is, you know, not for the faint of heart. If you really wanted to try this, I did think it was a lot of fun when I was trying it. I'm trying to replace the on hit, and I was going Ravenous Bloodthirster into Zephyr and taking Zerker boots. So the attacks grant 5% move speed, and it goes all the way up to 15%. So if you see me attacking this dummy, I have 390. And then as I get it stacked, I can get all the way up to 442 move speed. Really fun, more of a snowball build, but it's just something cool. But really, like I said, what's really going to be the best thing is just you got to replace the on hit. I don't think Triforce is like in a great spot where we really want to build that. And I don't want to replace boots trying to do anything. I just want to have like defensive boots. I don't want to finish out this 3.5k gold item that's only going to give me 36 AD. Just get the Phage, get a selfish item, and then start going tanky, getting defenses. Not tanky necessarily, but just getting defensive items, and you're going to be all right. And that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck in Split 3. I hope you guys hit your goals. Until next time, peace, love, bye-bye.